If you're an artist and you got good grades in school, if you're someone who people call smart or talented, or you have a lot of potential, I need to tell you something that might completely flip how you see yourself. Being smart might actually be the reason why you're stuck right now. And I'm going to explain exactly why and what I figured out after wasting a year and a half of my life overthinking instead of doing. So here's what nobody talks about. There's a reason that people say that the C students end up being the ones who run the world. And I used to think that was cope, like, oh yeah, the smart kids are just salty that they're not rich. But that's not what's happening. What's actually happening is that the C students learn something in school that A students never did. They learn how to be imperfect. If you're a straight A student, school trains you to be a perfectionist. You learn that mistakes are bad. You learn that you need to prepare more, study more, and get it right before you turn anything in. Because here's what happens when you're smart. You overthink everything. You see all the problems before they happen, and you're sitting there like, okay, what if I start selling commissions but I get too many orders? Or what if Etsy takes too much in fees? Or, this guy got sued for having copyright infringement. What if someone leaves a bad review? And your brain just starts spiraling, and you're running through every possible negative outcome before you even started. And this happens for a reason. It's because humans are literally wired to weigh negatives more than positives. Like a great example of this is like if you think about restaurant reviews, if you go to a restaurant and you have a great meal, you're not going to think to leave a positive review. But if you had a terrible time and you got food poisoning, you're definitely going to leave a negative review. So that's why even the restaurants you love probably have a lot of bad reviews. So what does that mean for you as an artist trying to start a business? It means that your brain is doing the same thing. You're looking at all the negatives. You're overthinking every possible complication. And I genuinely believe that someone with less potential than you but takes more action will go further than you ever will. There's actually studies that show the highest IQ people in the world only make around 200K a year on average. They're not the top earners, but you'd think that the smartest people would also be the richest, but they're not. And they're actually very average. And it's because of this exact reason. They overthink, they overanalyze, and they try to wait for perfect conditions that never come. After I graduated with my art degree, I spent a year and a half living at my parents' house doing nothing. I was planning, researching, I was making sure I understood everything before I started. And nothing happened in that year and a half because I never did anything. The thing that changed everything for me was when I just started taking imperfect actions. My first listings were bad, my first videos were bad, and everything was imperfect. But that's when I actually started learning, because you can't learn from mistakes that you never make. You can't improve something that doesn't exist yet. So if you're one of those artists who had good grades, who's been told that you're smart, that you have a lot of potential, I need you to examine that. Because in the real world, especially if you're trying to build a business, grades actually don't mean anything, and potential doesn't mean anything either. The only thing that matters is what you actually do. And the person who just starts, who makes the video, who makes the listing, who doesn't wait until they feel ready, is the person who's going to beat you every time. And it's not because they're smarter, it's because they're actually in the game while you're still preparing to play. So let me know in the comments if this video resonated with you, and follow me because I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to break down all the advice that actually works, and I'll see you in the next video.